Thank you. Thank you, madam. And good afternoon to everyone present here. The topic is very interesting, how to create the entrepreneurial development in an academic campus. So I'll be sharing my experience, and then we can also discuss what effectively we can implement this. Probably you might have already started. You can also share your views. You might have already gone ahead of what I'm starting because I'm doing it from the basic. So entrepreneurial cultural creation or entrepreneurial development in any academic campus. Because all our engineering institutes, we need to start with the technology. So I'll be talking a little bit about technology, entrepreneurship, idea generation, invention, innovation, incubation, intellectual property right, how to get the idea from invention to innovation, how to convert a project from project to product, and ultimately how to bring the idea from mind to market. To start with, technology entrepreneurship. When we talk about the technology, in engineering colleges, we teach them technology theoretical concept. They practice the technology. They get a hands-on technology in the laboratory session, and they do mini project, they do major project, they do the basically projects. So whenever they do projects, they develop something inventive to address some problem that they identify. We always insist that they should find the innovative solution to the problem that they want to address. Because technology continuously changing. Problem may remain same, but the solution has to change. We have to find a better solution, optimum solution, new solution, solution which can actually solve the problem. And then when that problem is solved, when the solution is obtained, when it goes to the market, when somebody uses that for their purposes, whenever it is actually available for others to use it, whenever it is available in the market, we call it innovation. Invention happened in the laboratory, innovation is always in the market. Invention consists of project development, sometimes prototype development, we call it product, and then IPR creation. We file the patent, we publish the paper, we file the copyright form, we present the paper in conferences. So this is called related to the research related activities. And all invention happen in the laboratory, and the outcome of that inventive process is basically the IPR creation, that is in the form of project or in the form of patent or in the form of paper. When we talk about the innovation, it is always in terms of business point of view. Startup creation and commercialization of that startup, commercialization of the technology that is developed. So when we talk about invention in the laboratory, we start with an idea. This idea is a problem. Hello.
थोडक्यात बोला.
हो, एक दोनच मिनिटं. सर, आर्ट ऑफ लिव्हिंगचं इंट्रो टॉक द्यायचं होतं ते टीचर्सना ते.
We need to address idea means idea not about the problem, idea for solving the problem. And then we verify whether that solution, that idea that we get to address the problem will be able to implement it or not. Evaluation is very important, opportunity evaluation, whether what this idea is worth implementing or not, whether there's a point in going for that or not. Simulation, the first step in the development is the simulation, then we design it actually on the paper, and then we develop the prototype. That can be a software solution, that can be a hardware solution. And then we do lots of experimentation by taking variety of input set of data. We need to validate our solution, we need to validate our project, we need to validate our prototype. And if it is not validated, we have to go back to the design, we have to redesign it, modify the existing project, modify the existing solution, give the new set of data, verify that it works in all the cases. The terminal that we have decided. We take the feedback and modify the result. So this is the process of invention. This is what we can keep on doing. This is what is happening in the project. This is what it should happen in every project. When we talk about innovation, intellectual property right, we need to talk about the patent. We need to talk about the commercialization. We need to develop the prototype. That means product, either hardware or software. And ultimately, creation of the venture, that is startup or technology transfer. So invention, when it goes to the market, we call it innovation. The process is called entrepreneurship. Invention based on technology, innovation completely business, The process is technology entrepreneurship. It is a transformation from project to product. The transformation from technology to the entrepreneurship. Now the innovation cycle is we get an idea, then we develop the project, then we do proof of concept, then we develop the product, then we talk about the business process, then we commercialize it for someone to use it. Now, this is the entire process of opportunity evaluation I just mentioned. I'll be showing you certain videos that how this idea is actually implemented to address the certain problems. And then I'll come back to the actual point, the point of discussion that how to create this culture in the academic campus. Now, I'll be showing you some videos.
Hello, everyone.
I'll start with this one.
An average metropolitan housing society is 30 to 35 meters high. About 10,000 liters of water is pumped up from ground level to overhead tank. Considerably high amount of electricity is consumed for this purpose. With the increase in height of buildings, power consumed for pumping is increasing rapidly. Pico hydropower system can be used to regain this energy. Water coming down from overhead tank falls on the turbine. The turbine starts rotating with very high speed. This rotating turbine is used to drive a generator. This is the prototype of our system.
In an 8-storied building, energy generated is 0.56 kilowatt per hour. This power generated for lighting is sufficient for lighting 4 corridors for 12 hours. That means this is something which is useful product. I'll be showing you a couple of examples because these are the projects developed by the student. But what is most important is what is the project cycle that they have implemented. Because most importantly, we have been doing so many projects over the period of years. How many projects are actually gone to the market is a very good question. Why we have to do all these things? Why we have to think of entrepreneurship development in the academic campus? That is the most question that comes in our mind. So how to do it? What are all the answer of this question I'll be giving you today.
Driver fatigue detection, funded by Department of Science and Technology, is developed with it for Windows. There are 2 ways to detect fatigue. Number 1, through eyes. That is whether
this is the camera here, the driver, and camera is continuously capturing the images of the driver and ensuring that the driver is attentive in driving. If the driver is not attentive, the indication is given.
The eyes are opened or closed. And number 2, through mouth. That is yawning. The fatigue detector gets initialized when the car is started. The camera captures images per second and processing is done to find the absence or presence of fatigue. As you can see while driving, so no indication of fatigue is given. The buzzer was played to alert the driver and wake him up since his eyes were shut. Since the driver yawned, the buzzer indicates. The software also provides a facility to check the driver's attention in case other than fatigueness.
Very interesting because it's checking with the driver. So what is the problem? The problem of any road accident happened because the driver is not attentive. If the driver is not attentive, how to make the driver alert? That was the project and that is the idea and the student implemented it.
Hello, everyone. Conventional shopping method of offline purchasing in jewelry market is followed extensively. People personally go to the shops to buy as well as try on various designs. And the jewelry loses its. There are large queues in peak hours, and the shops are crowded with the customers. This eventually increases labor required. So, we present you an innovative idea of jewelry shopping, which will eliminate all these problems. Relationship. Magic mirror, a virtual ornament and accessories fitting room. You can see the basic arrangement of our system. The Kinect sensor captures and tracks the user, and the laptop screen shows the real-time output. The right part of the screen shows the real-time video feed and the left part shows the output of our application. You can see the graphical user interface. User can select different designs. Currently, the jewelry option have been selected. Each category on the right column has 5 different designs. When the user moves, the system tracks him or her, and then the ornament is mapped accordingly, and thus we get a real-time output. Also, if the user turns, the design is still oriented properly. You can see various necklaces being tried by the user.
This is for online shopping. Okay. Now, this couple of examples that we have experienced while working with the student to create the culture of entrepreneurship. Only doing the project and bringing out the project report is not sufficient. See, this is the idea of the student to develop the ECG tracker. They developed this project using this MSc Launchpad, which was very cost-effective solution using the components which are readily available in the Indian market. This was their product. This product has to be kept on the body part and on all the time. It was very bigger in size. It was bulky. It was not flexible, and the patient cannot feel comfortable while using it. So they have to reduce the size. That was the challenge. So when they have done the project did not end here. Although the project has given whatever they developed, they have given the expected result, but it was not useful for anyone. So it was good for nothing. Although it was cost effective, although it was using the components which are readily available, although it was using the latest technology, but it is of no use. See, this is what we come across the problem when we discuss with the student. We have to think of bringing the project to the product, bringing the project to the market, bringing the project to the user friendly, making it user friendly, making it for the users. So the challenges that they faced was, the expected goal was to reduce the size. The challenges that they faced was to reduce the size. That means they have to reduce the component size. The bigger component was the battery. That means you have to reduce the battery size. The battery size is the main important component because that is the requirement of the power consumption, requirement of the power in the product. So that means you have to reduce the power consumption. When the power consumption reduces, the battery requirement will reduce. Battery requirement reduces, the battery size will reduce. So that was the interlinked problems, and that they have to address it one by one. Then they have to make all the components synchronization so that there will not be any mismatch. For that, there is a mismatch of the refresh rate of the data that they were getting. And most importantly, it has to be lightweight, portable instrument. They faced this challenge and they finally developed this product. See the size of this. It was very, very small. They used a double-sided PCB, portable ECG tracker, small size, lightweight. It maintained the past record. You can choose the doctor online, and doctor can analyze the ECG whenever the doctor wants to. So this was the feature that we added. It was a very good kick-starting project for them. They participated in competitions. They were second runner-up in IIC DC, supported by Texas Instrument and Department of Science and Technology Product Development Fund of Rs 5 lakh. So in a year, 30 projects are selected. Out of that, they were one of them, and every 30 groups were given 5 lakh rupees for product development. After that, they participated in many other events, and every time they grabbed some award. 1.5 lakh in another coding competition. So they were just winning it and they developed it, but finally they didn't do anything. There's another case study of this biomass prosthetic that adapts for you. This is the mask that they developed. which will adapt for the human body. It was low-cost prosthetic knee. It was electrically actuated bionic knee. So that was their invention. It has to be electrically actuated so that there will not be any stress on the body. It was cost-effective, but the challenges that they have to face is the key design. Key design, that means they have to make it customized solution. It was not for common for everybody. The weight and the size management was another issue. The battery size, as usual, is always there when the components are electronics component. The consumption has to be as low as possible. So they developed this electrically actuated prosthetic knee, can be easily replaced with the currently used static knee without changing the socket. Mathematical model for the actuation adapts to the user instead of using adapting to the prosthetic. So they developed some product on paper. They converted actual model, they tested, and finally they also got 5 lakh rupees. There were 30 finalists selected by TIS, IIC DC semi-final round. This group also grabbed 5 lakh rupees, and most importantly, they went to the final round, and there also they got 20 lakh rupees. And they got opportunity to incubate at IIM Bangalore. They got DST seed fund of 20 lakh rupees to convert this project into the product so that product can go to the market. These examples are inspiring and for the next batch of students. We never know how many products will actually get converted will come to the market, but we have to push them. So when we create about the culture of entrepreneurship, we have to take them from invention to innovation. We have to always take them goals to bring it to the market. So these are the examples. Obviously, to sustain in a market, we have to create this IPR. IPR in the form of patent, in the form of copyright, in the form of design, in the form of trademark, geometric indication. I'll skip for time being. So this is called intellectual asset. Intellectual asset has to be created. I consider this 3 parts: patent, copyright, and trademark. This is called intellectual property as far as they need to consider. When we talk about the patent, it is based on the technology that they use to develop the product. So the patent will protect the process of making the drink as well as final product. Design is filed based on this outlook of the product. How does it look? Appearance of the product. The specific design of the bottle will be protected under industrial design. Protection means we don't allow others to copy it. Trademark will protect the name and logo of the drink. This copyright is based, will protect this information that is written on this bottle. All these things need to be patented. All this needs to be copyrighted because it has advantage. It has many advantages. We need to encourage them to file a copyright. We need to encourage them to file a copyright for their project report. We need to encourage them to file a design patent if it is a hardware project. Design patent depends on your outlook. How does it look? How the product look? For example, mobile device. Every mobile device has different shape, but every mobile device has a rounded corner. Initially, a few years back, I remember very well, the mobiles had a sharp corners. Somebody filed a design patent based on rounded corner. Since then, every manufacturer company is using this rounded corner for their mobile devices. But every mobile that they make, some royalty component goes to the person who has filed the design patent. Because if they don't take the permission, then there's a possibility that the design owner may go to the court of law and will file a case against them. They sue them in the court of law and will have to pay heavy penalty. And they may not be allowed to use the product, this design also. So normally big company, whenever they use it, they take the permission. There's always MOU, there's always some agreement, and based on that they have to give some deal has to be signed, and based on that either they have to give lump sum amount or they'll have to give case-to-case basis, product basis. So the student group, they filed this patent and the patent was immediately published. 27 July 2018, they filed the patent and it was published in 26 October 2018. The patent was published. This is the inventor, great inventor, most inspiration for us, Thomas Alva Edison. He has filed 2,332 patents worldwide for his invention. He had 1093 unique patents. Some patents were duplicated in different countries. Why I'm showing you all these things? Because I want you to create a strong culture of entrepreneurship in your campus. and encourage them to do the project in 3 stages. Normally, in every time, the project starts with the idea. We convert that idea into prototype. We convert this idea for a proof of concept, either in simulation or hardware implementation. But it is again a prototype which cannot be taken to the market. Every program cannot be taken to the market. Every hardware project cannot be taken to the market. It has to be marketable. A product, it should be in the country. It should be a product. It should be a durable product. It should work in all the constraints and all the conditions. It should sustainable and durable product. It should work in all the environment. It should solve the problem of the customer, considering all the possible factors. So project should start in the stage 1. 90% project in every college start with stage 1 and ends in stage 1. When you create a culture of entrepreneurship, what exactly we need to do? We need to take the project to the next level. The next level is the creation of business model. What do you mean by creation of business model? What IPR we need to sign? We'll discuss in detail. This is not sufficient. We need to create a startup company. Now you may say that students are not interested for startup company. Every student need not form a startup company. Then we have option, they should go for technology commercialization. You can always argue that every project is not possible. But if they don't form technology company, if they are not interested to make a startup, they can actually make virtual startup. Virtual startup is always possible. Let this be a game. Let this be a experiment for them for setting up the incubation center, startup company, because they will learn so many things. So creation of entrepreneurship culture in the campus is not only calling someone and take the seminar. It's not only calling someone and do the food camp in the campus. It has to be technology supported product conversion to the product. So when we talk about the stage 1, we do so many things. We do patent survey, we do problem, we define the problem that we want to address, then we discuss a lot of ideas to solve the problem, we set a goal, then they do the design, they develop the algorithm for software program, they develop the circuit diagram for hardware project, they develop the model using machine learning, we implement it to add some extra technology to the technology, latest technology, and they do lots of experimentation for validation of their product, validation of their solution. So a lot of testing is required, lots of feedback is required, and then we need to keep on updating and modifying our project and product. Finally, we conclude that yes, it is perfectly defined for the constrained environment. It is perfectly solving the problem for the given statement. So this is what we need to do whenever you do the stage 1. Product validation is a must. Ideas don't live in the PowerPoint, they live and die in the hands of customers. So we need to build a better product through prototype validation. Your focus should be on making quality product. Your focus should be make on handy product. Your focus should be on making the perfect product which will not fail at any case. When you talk about the case 2, you should do about the business model. We have to think about how to bring this project to the market. So we have to make a business model. Minimum there are 4 models. One is a marketing model, second is a financial model, third is the operational model, and fourth is the investment model. So business plan is always for the startup. So definitely they have to make a company. So let's assume that our assumption is that company is formed. And the student team, they are the directors of the company. And you being the mentor or any mentor, faculty mentor can be one of the founder, senior member of that team. So if your company is already established, then what should be the operational of this company? What will be the hierarchy? What should be the office? How many office staffs are required? How the matter will get approved? So what will be the hierarchy? How this actually system will operate? Everything has to be discussed, and it's like a fun, but you need to discuss it. Second is the financial model. How much money is required for? You need to prepare a budget for the project. You are taking the project to the market. You need to make a budget. Budget for marketing, budget for development, budget for salary, budget for operational expenses like electricity, mobile bill, and other local expenses, internet charges, etc. You need to define a budget. How to make a budget? The way you make a budget for your home, you have to encourage them to make a budget for the project. That budget may not be 100% correct, but let them enter into it. I repeat again, swimming cannot be learned in the classroom. If you want to learn the swimming, you have to throw them in the pool. When they go to the pool, they actually do lots of attempts, multiple attempts when they do it. The final out goal is that they learn swimming. If you want to make a successful business person, at least on paper, it has to be done multiple times. Not only just do it and leave it. We have to discuss with them. We have to ask them to make a perfect business model. You define how to do the marketing. Your product is ready. Assume the product is ready. Marketing will start only when the product is ready. The product could be software, product could be hardware, product can be anything. You want to market it. So you need to do market analysis. The first step is the market analysis. You want to find out who are your competitors. What is their product? What are the features of their product? What is the cost of that product? How effectively it is working, solving the problem. You need to make your product competitive with the product. Let's assume that your product is competitive. Now how you are going to market it? To what extent you are going to use digital marketing? You need to assign certain budget for that. You may be doing experiment, but you need to think close to the reality. Then definitely this budget will become so big that at the time will come that will not be actually run on your own. You require investor. You require seed funding from the government. How much investor you want? How much money you want? And how will you justify that you require 50 lakh rupees? How will you justify that you require 25 lakh rupees? It's not a time pass experiment, but it's a learning experience. They have to answer every question. Unless you talk about the business, entrepreneurship culture will not be created in the campus. You have to talk about the business. You have to talk about the marketing. You have to talk about the finance. You have to talk about the operation of the business. You have to talk about the investment requirement. When you talk about the investment, if you ask for 25 lakh rupees, two questions are asked. Why do you want this money? And if the money is given, how you are going to utilize it? And the third question, after utilization, what will be the outcome of this? All this has to be answered confidently. And then copyright we discuss, IPR creation we discuss, copyright for project report, patent for technology development, invention in that. There has to be some invention. There has to be some new addition. There has to be delta K in your project. Delta K, K for knowledge. Delta K, delta means incremental knowledge, incremental information, incremental innovation. There has to be some extra information. That extra information has to be there in the project, has to be there in the product, has to be there in your software, has to be there in your report. Then only we can file the patent. Trademark. Trademark is for the logo. If you are making virtual logo, virtual company, then you have to make virtual trademark. And then you have to register it. You may not submit to the registration office, but at least you have to fill the form. Design. Design means industrial design. Design means outlook of the product. This is strictly for hardware project. Mechanical, electrical, and electronics products. Whatever it is, but you have to make a design. It should not be only in the ugly form. It should not be in the bigger form. It has to be compact and it should be marketable. So they should do the CAD design, or they should use some online tool, and they should develop actual packaging. This basically talk about the packaging. What is the fees for copyright? 500 rupees. Patent, 1700 rupees. Trademark, 5000 rupees. Design, 5000 rupees. Of course, they will not be filing it, but at least first copyright and patent you must insist. Third stage is the startup creation, startup registration. Startup registration is the process. To register the startup, they have to fill the form. So they have to become a promoters. The initial founders are called promoters. After that, many people will take the shares. They are called shareholders, but they cannot be the promoter. Promoters means founders. You require initial capital to start your company. Some capital is required. You cannot say that you have company without capital. If you open the account, you have to add some money to that account. Definitely some paid capital, initial capital is required. It may be very small amount. Let's say 5,000, 10,000 rupees. You are doing virtual startup. There is nothing wrong in taking 1 lakh also. Then every promoter can be a director, or director can be employee also. In director need not be promoter need not be director. It's up to you who will be the director. But if someone is director, the director must have DIN number, director identification number. Now, to get this DIN number, they'll have to fill one form. The form has to be submitted to the government office. You have to pay the fees, then you get unique director identification number. If you are making virtual startup in the college campus, initially, let them fill the form, but don't submit it to the office, government office. But they will fill the form so that they will experience of entire process. Just by knowing doesn't help. Just by knowing swimming, we don't learn. You have to learn the swimming only by entering the pool. You have to learn the startup registration by filling the form. Then company name. How can you take any name? You cannot take any name. You have to take name which is available to you. You cannot have industry name Reliance. You cannot start a company with TCS. You cannot come with Deloitte because the company names are been already assigned. So there is a company website. Sorry, there's a website where you have to type different name and check whether the name is available or not. Just Google it, company name. You'll get that website link. Go there, enter the name, see whether it's available or not. Then if it is available, register it. For registration, there's a form available. Fill the form, but don't submit. Then you need to design website. For that, you don't have to ask anyone. 2-page, 3-page static website, they can immediately design and they can host it also. For that also, you don't have to pay money because so many portals are available that host website for free of charge. Definitely, it's your company, your product. So you should design website and the logo should also be designed. Logo should be totally unique. Should not be copied from somewhere else. Brochure highlighting the product, describing the company should be designed. All these things should be done for few projects in the campus, and you should give too much importance to the student group so that make that poster be made everywhere. Let's make the standee of the student. Let the people feel that there are student groups who are thinking from entrepreneurship development because this is the time for learning. And then after you go with innovation, the way forward is that technology commercialization. Find out if you are successful, find out someone who can buy the technology. Student need not start up immediately because their plan keeps on changing. But they can commercialize it. It is not that easy, but there are agents available. They sell this technology to some other person and make money out of it. Or you simply form a startup. I'm saying this is a way forward. After this entire exercise is over, if they want, they can start a company. If they want, they can commercialize their technology. It's up to them. Okay, this I'm going to skip because everything is related to technology business incubation center. These centers, if you can create this culture of tech, many people they are starting incubation center. I feel that you should start incubation center in your campus if it is not existing. You may not be having funding support from government, but you should make it a small infrastructure. You should mentoring facility to the student. You should allow them to participate in conferences. You should guide them to file the patent. You means your institute. You means expert. You should call the expert and ask them to give some guidance. You should call some accountant and give the guidance about accounting. You should call the technical experts and give the technology workshop for the student to solve the problem that they are facing. They can also take junior students as intern in their company, which may be a virtual company. So these are so much of benefit of starting incubation center because the moment you say incubation center is a marketplace, the thinking is only from business point of view. Thinking is not from project point of view. Thinking is from product, marketing, business, finance, funding. Just want to tell you that even though it's a culture creation topic, agenda is for creating culture. But to create the culture, in case if you get funding, what is wrong in that? I'm telling you, in most of the incubation center, they started, all the incubation center in India, they started to provide the office space. Then in the next cycle, they decided that just providing incubation, this office space is not sufficient. They need to develop the laboratories where they can actually work. Government started giving funding to support in incubation center to start the high-tech laboratories. We have set up the laboratory worth of 1 crore rupees for fabrication. We are supported for technology laboratories also. Then after that, it realized that, but you require money to run the business. The government of India started giving seed funding up to 25 lakh rupees. Next scheme came up to 50 lakh rupees. When we talk about the funding, it is one-sided. They never return it back. When you talk about loan, it has to be returned it back. Government of India came up aggressively to give the funding to the startup. Then while doing this, they realized that, but there are some group of people The project is not yet ready, and they need a funding for the project development. They need a funding for prototype development. They need a funding from final product development. When I say product, I mean to say software as well as hardware product. Government came up with the idea that the students should be supported with a financial grant up to 10 lakh rupees for development of hardware projects. Presently, they are not giving for software. They are giving for hardware projects. Hardware project up to 10 lakh. You approach it to the any incubation center, find out the scheme that is called Nidhi Prayas. They are giving up to 10 lakh rupees, anything between 5 lakhs to 10 lakh rupees just to develop the project. Even though you don't have incubation center, even though you have no startup registered, then also they are giving the funding. One of my project got 5 lakh rupees. There are so many projects available. So many centers available giving the funding to the students' projects for development of the project, development of the prototype, not for fabrication, not for manufacture. But at initial seed capital, it's required even for the students to convert this project to product. This is possible when you when you apply for this funding, you are actually supporting them for entrepreneurial thinking. Debt financing is for loan. Equity finance or equity partnership means someone will give the money and will take the some form of partnership percentage. So many investors are available. They keep fighting, but these are the government funding schemes. At central government funding scheme, they give it sometimes through incubation center. Sometimes they give it directly. IIC also give directly. DST also gives directly, but you have to continuously keep on funding. For example, for patent filing, you can directly apply it for support and you can get it. So this entire process, you need to apply for seed capital. Then you have to pitch your idea. Then seed funding happens. Then you have to give the business proposal. You have to pitch it again. And then first round of funding happens. And this is the process that you have to keep on. Now, every time, whenever we have to do something, we require finance. Whenever you require finance, there is a government agencies which are there to support you. You have to show them the path as a faculty mentor, as a IIC cell in charge. You have to show them the scheme. So you have to visit the incubation centers. You have to visit to the portals, download the scheme, bring it to their notice, encourage them. I'm repeating again and again and again. If you tell 10 times, only one group will come forward. It does not mean that you have failed 90 times. Even if one group comes forward, your success is, according to me, 100%. You are successful. You should not worry why 9 people are not come. Think of one and bring that one group as a role model for other students. Let that one group be an example for other people. Let that one group fail, no problem. Because even though they are failing today, the concept is learned by them. When the concept is learned, next time they'll keep on trying and they'll definitely become entrepreneurs. So this culture has to be created. This KIDA has to be created in their mind. I'll be showing, where is the startup story, this Ola concept. 19-year boy, Ritesh Agarwal started when he was in 17 years old. He started in the 2012. Where this company now? He has become billionaire. So small problem he addressed. It started with the online portal and now everybody knows the story. PhonePe. The company was founded in 2015 by Samir Nigam, Rahul Chari and Barsin Engineer. They got acquired by Flipkart in 2016. They started in 15, acquired by 16. Flipkart. Flipkart committed $500 million into PhonePe over several tranches means installments. PhonePe processed 225 million transactions in February and claims to be the doubling its volume every 3 months. Their active users are more than 50 million. PhonePe offers UPI-based payment in partnership with different banks. PhonePe has gone much beyond because they have reached to every sector. They reach to every person, and their idea is that they should. Although it's a payment gateway, but there is a fast processing payment gateway. Why most of the small vendors are going for PhonePe? Because settlement happens very fast and without any error. Settlement means you pay the money to the vendor through PhonePe, and that PhonePe has to transfer the money back to the vendor. Then only vendor will get that money. If the money transaction takes more time, vendor will not prefer this. although all the UPI, all these UPI-based payments are doing fast processing, but they are reached to maximum people, and that's the advantage of this. So it's a time for auction because we need to develop this culture. We need to create this culture from project on. Because whatever the culture, now you cannot say that you will create the culture by selling the books. We will create the culture by making food stalls. That is only the fun, and that starts on that day and ends on that day only. That doesn't serve the purpose. It is only for fun. If you want to do something, if you want to create a culture of entrepreneurship, you have to start with the project. But project should be in 3 stages projects. And after third step, it's up to them whether they want to start a startup. But you should visit the incubation center and create this, take the matter further. That's all from my side.
No, ma'am. From my side, no any questions. Hello. It is a very good presentation. Nice sharing of the slides, and flow was also very nice. Thank you, sir. Talele, sir.
So this year, there one group from different college. They approached me. I had nearly 7 to 8 meetings with their students.
Yeah.
The idea was to vehicle scrap. Most of the time, after 15 years or over, diesel car has to be scrapped. Diesel
Yeah.
motor has to be scrapped.
Uh,
After 20 years, car has to be scrapped. And what time? Many times, people go to the dealer, they give the old car and take the new car. But the dealer gives very less money. So the student has the idea that they took the survey and they found how many used cars are available in Bombay city. So they have a huge data. They started the company. And now the name of the company is Vehicle Scrap. And that company is actually giving opportunity for every individual to sell the car to this company. The company will pick up the car and will give to the scrapper. That is the app that developed. They are matching this matchmaking. I am their mentor, official mentor. They are giving me 1% equity just because they want to do something. They are giving it. This startup is funded now by government of India. So anything anybody comes with a new concept gets funded. I came across with one person in Bombay who is developing, who is modifying the existing car so that these handicapped people can use it. We call it person with disability, PWD. They can use the car. Many times what happens, the person has both the legs are not there. He's amputated due to accident. But his mental condition is very good. He has a driving license also. Or he has passion for driving. So this person changes the entire car and clutch and that gear system bring it in the hand. So he wanted to convert this, and that is customized solution. He wanted to convert this idea from mechanical solution to electromechanical solution. He approached me. I gave the project to the student. Student applied for funding. They got 5 lakh rupees funding. Our product will be ready, and that actually deployed in the car. So this small concept, we have to motivate the student to convert this project to product. I've been highlighting only project to product, project to product. Project always happens in the college. Conversion to product. How to convert stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. That's all.
good idea actually. That was a good idea regarding collecting the cars, old cars, then giving back to the company. And it's a good actually concept.
Yes.
So Talele sir was also there at COEP in startup group.
Ah, the, I had no relation with him.
Okay. Okay.
He was a CEO.
Yeah, CEO.
We have met many times.
Yeah. He was good, contributed a lot to the Bowie Institute at COEP.
Great. So who are
Yeah.
any? I think one institute has already have incubation center.
Yeah.
Loni, Nagar.
Okay.
They are doing good job. Anything else?
आधीचं पण जोडलं.
Okay, madam, you want to take the picture with everyone?
हे सगळं जबाबदारी आम्हाला जाऊन आणि गॅदरिंगचं ओव्हरऑल
Radhika Pawar from which college? Udin Kamboli sir from which college? Kanawaj Ansari sir, Manoj Jadhav sir. There are many people.
Hello, sir. This is Mubin Kamboli. I am from Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering, Pune.
Okay. This is COE. Sir, you have incubation center?
Yes, sir. We have CIL.
Okay. Institute funded or government funded?
Actually, it is a Section 8 company, sir, which is established in the PCT group.
Okay. Great. See, I not added anything new that you don't know, but I just wanted to repeatedly tell you that push the students into this culture. I repeat again, we are teaching them swimming in the classroom. We are teaching them entrepreneurship in the classroom. We are teaching them technology in the classroom. Minimum learning happens in the classroom. Swimming cannot be learned in the classroom. Entrepreneurship cannot be learned in the classroom. You have to be pushed into the pool. I have one question for everybody. How to set the goal for this entire mentoring process, and how to say that we have done good job in the entire year. Everybody knows everything. Let's define some goal that yes, we will achieve this goal at the end of this year.
Okay.
And then we try something to achieve that.
Yeah, good suggestion, sir. Okay, we will try to do it. So one request, instead of Saturday, can we make it on Monday? Sorry, Tuesday, 26th. Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations, sir. Abhinandan, Talele, sir. Nice presentation.
So you are from Kolhapur?
No, basically I am from Pune, actually, COEP.